is a test of the live. I'm assuming that you guys can hear me. There's no way to tell. I don't really know how I can tell. Hello. There's no way to tell. Yes. Wow. Okay, cool. So, right now we are live because I wanted to do a quick update on everything that is going on between me and Robinhood. So before I get to that, I'm going to try to see, yeah, cool, you guys can't see me. So today is a very special day. Today is the day after Monday, and if you saw my last video with Marco, where we had a real millennial on Zoomer Economics here, and we spoke about all the crazy news that's been going on with GameStop, AMC, and the meme stocks, Wall Street bets, but everything that came in the process of that, Monday was supposed to be a day where we got to see how this whole GameStop thing is going to play out. So if I went here, you see right now GameStop is trading at $100 after dipping as low as $81. So I'm just going to check over here, make sure that everything is still going. Yeah, so GameStop is extremely low right now, and as you can see, my average cost, $162, we are down. We are very far down. I have a cost of $1,134, meaning that I put over $1,100 into this bet. The returns total are way down, and how do I feel about this? Well, believe it or not, I actually have a very positive outlook on this, and I wanted to share that with you, and I wanted to show you why I have a very positive outlook on this. So first, I'm going to start by saying the portfolio today is up $194. We peaked up this morning really high, almost $500 up, and that was because of a couple of different things doing well here. Obviously not GameStop, and obviously not AMC. I'm not even going to talk about AMC. I'm not even going to include that because that's only about $100. So in the grand scheme of things, that's just another day. That's fine. If we look at my 1 month chart, first of all, you'll see a lot of flats. That's because I've been having cryptocurrency involved in this. That's a stupid idea. It just keeps everything so flat and it looks ugly. I wish that I didn't have those here, so we'll get to that later. We've had a lot of ups and downs. We've had some really hard drops. We've had some really great days where we've gone from, we were $4,000 down, and then we were almost $1,500 up. So that's about a $5,500 change from here to here. That's some big, big money. And it all happened because I started messing with options, and options did go well for me. When I did stop messing around with options, my portfolio did get a little bit, stopped messing around with options as frequently. I still had options, but once I slowed down, you saw my portfolio get a little bit more stable. We stayed between 20 and 23,000, getting very close to 24,000. The 3 months, you see, is just massive growth. The past 3 months was actually most of my growth in my portfolio, because if you see on my 1 year, we have $12,200. Yeah, $12,200 up. That is a lot of money. On the 3 month though, almost $1,100 was in the last 3 months. So that means that there's a lot of stuff going on in these few times here. But you see these really big jumps up and jumps down. This is where a lot of the extreme volatility came in, and this is where I had my first huge crash. I went from 17.9 all the way down to 14.9. So that was a really, really big L, and about $3,000. And then somehow we got out of that, and then we just went right back down. And then somehow we got out of that too. So right now, I am dealing with a dilemma of diamond hands versus paper hands, right? Uh, Peer pressure aside, and all the whatever that comes along with being a part of Wall Street Bets right now, um, I've seen some really big jumps. So these are challenges, these are hurdles, these are emotions that I've already faced. And when it comes to Fubo is what I really want to talk about to shine some light on how I can actually still be holding on to my GameStop shares right now. And I'm going to be sprinkling in a little bit of information about why I actually wanted to participate in GameStop in the first place. So I guess we can start there. Why do I want to participate in this GameStop thing in the first place? Well, as you can see, I have 7 shares of GameStop, $1,100. Well, I want to be a part of this because I feel like this is the first time that I ever really have the opportunity to bet on the small guys or bet on the underdog. I always believe that the internet the internet will always win. And if you think about anything, any kind of information leak, any kind of source of information that is most accurate, it's usually something that you can find on the internet. The internet is the epitome of knowledge in many cases. Some cases good, some cases bad. In the case of like conspiracy theories, right? Conspiracy theories just kind of they represent what the internet is. The internet is a whole bunch of people getting together, and if you get enough people together to focus on one thing, they start going crazy and they take things way over the top, and that's why it's so easy to find things that are very controversial out there on taken to the next level, right? So whether it's I'm not going to get too deep into that. Whatever. You understand what I'm saying. The internet has gone through many battles recently, and has been a part of our culture in different ways, stronger and stronger. Starting back in 2016, 2015, when the presidential election started happening, the involvement of the internet was unprecedented. There was so much reason for each presidential candidate to really dive deep into the internet and be a part of that. And it is my opinion that Donald Trump and the campaign that he ran, the internet played a huge part in its overall, I'm not going to say success, but success is pretty much the word that I'm looking for, but in its overall momentum, at the speed that it took over and it became a part of our lives, it happened because of the internet. If he did not have the internet on his side in the way that he did, on his side, you know what I mean. If he did not have the internet at his disposal in the way that he did, his campaign would not have been the same. The other side, Hillary Clinton, her internet presence was too little too late. And that was a huge reason, in my opinion, why the election came out the way it did. Because in the end, the memes were really, really leaning towards one presidential candidate a lot more favorably. And not even favorably. It didn't have to be favorable. Think about all the memes about Donald Trump. Most of them aren't very favorable toward him. There's a lot of them that really paint him to be a fucking buffoon. And no matter how based in truth they are, or how extremely deep fried and dank they get, there's still memes that have him in our daily lives, and we're laughing at them. We're smiling at these memes about somebody who other people would want you to hate, and other people might present to you in a way that is a lot less fun. The internet was able to take politics, and through its twisted grip, it was able to turn it into something that was downright comedy. That rant aside, now we get to 2020. Coronavirus happens. The internet is obviously a huge part of this, but what happens because of coronavirus? We all need to dive even deeper into using the internet because remote work. Remote work was something that nobody really saw coming until all of a sudden it was the most necessary thing out there and the most valuable thing out there, really. That's why I consider myself extremely fortunate to be able to have worked from home throughout that. I had the opportunity to work and do things that could make me money from home, thanks to my involvement in tech and the internet. So now all of a sudden the entire world is thrown back into the internet, and everybody has to learn it 10 times harder now. Because if you weren't up to speed, you were getting left behind. And that started happening very quickly. There was a lot of people who got left behind very quickly because of this whole work from home thing. They either didn't have the technology at home, didn't have the capabilities, they didn't have the skills or the time to practice it, and they didn't have somebody around that could teach them, or even worse, all of the above. So there's a lot of different reasons why somebody would have been able to get left behind. That's pretty much the only thing here. But for those that did dive into the internet, there was a lot of other things that needed to be brought along with you. And when I started Zoomer Economics, it was because I realized that I could not only take control of my finances with Robinhood, but I could also share that process with everybody that I could on the internet. And I saw value in that. I saw that there was reason to take finance, more so personal finance, right? Your money. Take that, package it into something that is more consumable for everybody out there, and give that to anybody that I want to share it with. Give value out to the world however I can. And I saw that I was internet integrating my finances. I want to say, there's the word gamify, where you take something and make a game out of it. Internetify my money, you know what I mean? I'm trying to get at that. So I decided that I was going to use the internet and technology and the resources around me to, one, get my shit together with my money, finally get on track with saving in some way for the first time in my life, and I also wanted to give out value to others by documenting it along the way. So ultimately what this led up to was the internet finding its way into everybody's money now. A year goes on, here we are in July, right? January is the first month of the year. January, we are there, and everybody has a Robinhood account, it seems like. Everybody is throwing money into the stock market because all we did was go up. Stocks only go up. That's what it felt like, because once we bottomed on March 23rd, 2020, the market just kept going up and up and up and up and up. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful thing to be a part of. I saw that there was going to be some room for growth. I had no idea that it was going to be this much. That's why my portfolio is up 110% at sometimes hitting 120. Yeah, look at that, 1 year. 123%. My all-time would be 125%. So we saw some insane growth. Man, I'm sorry. I'm getting all flustered by this. When I finally started participating in Wall Street bets, I saw it as a vindicating moment, something that really showed me that I was right with thinking that more people are going to be taking control of their money, and they're going to be involving the internet in that. Reddit, the forums of Reddit, was obviously the best place for the real raw opinions of the people on the internet. There's always an asterisk when you say the people now, because there's the people on the internet, there's the people face to face, there's the people in the media, and everybody has their own personas now, it seems. But the people on the internet, I feel like, are the most raw and truthful, and believe it or not, I think the most unified. I think there is the most unity amongst people on the internet who can get together and just find like-minded individuals. Obviously, if you find an echo chamber, that's one thing. If everybody's just saying the same thing back and forth, confirmation bias, blah, blah, blah. But when it comes to Wall Street bets, obviously, there's room for that. But I think everybody who got on Wall Street bets had, one, been on Reddit or the internet long enough to understand the difference between a meme and a truthful statement or fact, These aren't people who are looking at minion memes. These people on Reddit are not the ones who are sharing things on Facebook at all. I mean, these aren't the most gullible people in the world as far as the internet goes in most cases. So I felt very at home on Reddit when I first started going on it a couple of years ago, just because it was another way for me to connect with people that I felt understood the internet. And being 23 years old, growing up online since I was practically like 8 years old, I was using a computer when I was under 5. Like, I know it's like my second hand, and I can tell when I'm talking to somebody who is also like that. There's just a certain connection, and Reddit had a lot of that. I used to go on other forums and whatever. My favorite was called Tickled, and that one isn't even online anymore. That one's gone. But Reddit was raw. Wall Street Bets was very raw, and all the information that they were putting out there was something that I wanted to really be able to consume, and I enjoyed it. But we all knew that it was just comedy. We all knew that it was just jokes. It was all memes, and the loss porn and the gain porn was people who were really going balls to the wall on certain things that they knew was risky. And that's the thing. You know what you're getting into. These people knew what they were getting into. And in some cases, people got misled. People got led down the wrong path. And of course, that's where we get that famous "g" off of Wall Street Bets, the guy who watches $50,000 just straight down in the first one minute of the market opening. We've all had our bad market opens, but some are worse, and some people do it to themselves, unfortunately. But that's what Wall Street Bets was. It was a place to do that. until all of a sudden it got so stirred. There was so much going on. There was so much action constantly, constantly, constantly. The content creation based around it was incredible. I hadn't seen very much of this until all of a sudden it was everywhere. Now I know that's probably the effect of the YouTube algorithm, just not showing me something until it sees that I like it, and then all of a sudden I get too much of it. However, I was totally fine with it. I loved it. I loved seeing all of it. And GameStop just started coming out of nowhere. And the whole story behind, I'm not going to go into it. You guys have probably heard it all already. Taking down the big guys, these hedge funds. I made a lot of money off of Tesla. And Tesla was a company that was heavily shorted. And Elon Musk loves to make fun of the shorts. And so much so that he made those shorts and sold them for $69 or something. That's pure comedy, pure memes. It's hilarious. But then when I had an opportunity to get in on knocking these people down, making their day worse, it brought me back to the days when I used to play Minecraft online. And you go over to somebody's house and they have protection on the entire thing except for one wall. So you just delete the wall. You just go in there, you just remove that whole wall, so that way when they come back, you didn't destroy their whole house, but you made their day that much more inconvenient. And it just enlightened that inner troll in me again. And it felt really fun because it was something to just watch. I was a passive viewer of it all. But then it kept going. And it got stronger and stronger until they hit about like $40, $50. I remember seeing it and just being like, whoa, these guys are really doing this. This is 10x'd already. Like, because it started at around like $4 or something. And man, I remember saying to myself, I need to really consider if this is something I want to get in on, because it's actually happening and it's funny as hell, but there's some real influence that this does have. I didn't realize how much influence it would have later on, but I ended up buying, I think I bought one share at around $100 bucks. It was either $90, like $96 or like $106, somewhere around there. But I just got a couple of shares in, and once I got to my meme amount of 4 shares, 4.206969 shares, I was tickled pink. I was so happy. I was ecstatic to be a part of this whole move of giving the middle finger to the big hedge funds that shorted Tesla. I got in on Tesla. Tesla made money. I saw the memes that went on, and shit was great. And now we have another thing going. And GameStop was an opportunity to get in on that. I got in on it. And then it just started blowing up. Immediately, as soon as I got in, things started going insane. And you saw it, got all the way up to almost 500. Nobody saw that coming, man. Let's look at the 1 month. Boom, 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 boom. All the way up. That's not correct. 371, that's just what it's showing. The market, or the high for that day was definitely in about the 500 or high 400s. And then we had a huge dip. Huge dip. And that happened because of the inability to purchase more shares and the whole debacle that's going on now. The SEC needs to investigate this. I totally think that we need the SEC to make a statement on this, because it is very clear that this is market manipulation, in my opinion, and the opinion of many other people. What they've done here is they've pretty much made it impossible for people to, they made it impossible for us on Wall Street Bets and the internet to continue our expose of the really ugly tactics that the finance industry has been using for so long. We were really shining a light on something that people didn't want light being shined on. And they used their power, their influence to squash it. And it happened in front of everybody's eyes. And I think in 2020, we had a lot of people use the power of spreading information about something, some injustice that happened right in front of people's eyes, and they spread it over the internet and got a lot of people angry. And if you don't know what I'm referring to, you probably live under a rock. But I don't even want to touch that subject because that's not what we're here for. We saw something happen here. We saw the big guys crush us. We had a big pop back, and that was a very, very good moment, but we couldn't hold on to it, guys. There's a lot of paper hands out there because we have a lot of people joining the fight with us who don't have the funds to be tossing around $1,100. Well, how did I get to the point where I could toss in $1,100 into this fight and watch it go from here, or no, even lower, around here, somewhere around here, to back where it started? I mean, I'm down. How can I sit here and be down, $200 now? How can I see this as a positive thing? How can I continue going? How can I continue holding? Well, that's what I was getting at when I mentioned Fubo. So let's go back to Fubo and let's just prepare for a little bit of a story time, okay? I'm going to be drinking some water. Make sure you guys drink water. Water is very important. I'm trying to drink a gallon a day. I can't get to that. That's not easy for me yet, but working there. Do it for your health, guys. How many people do we have? Do we have anybody watching? No, probably not. Either way, Fubo. Here we go. Let me adjust this wire too. Okay, do a check on audio. Fubo. Here we. Okay, audio is still good. And actually, look at this, guys. 129. We have made a pretty good bounce. That's a pretty good bounce right there. Anybody who bought that dip, good job. I picked up one share today at like 119, but we're holding, baby. So, why are we holding? Why do I have diamond hands? Why should you have diamond hands? Well, Fubo TV was something that I got into a little bit late, but I knew people who were into it very early. There was somebody that I had been following on Instagram who had been in Fubo pretty early. Pretty early. Fubo came out, and I'm pretty sure they were there since IPO. Hold on, guys. I got a burp. Ooh, I drank that water too fast. Okay. They got into Fubo really early. Fubo had some really good news coming out for it. They had a big pop. The pop went from the 15s all the way up to the 20s, low 20s. Insane. I saw that. I'm like, wow, that's some good moves. I don't think I should get in on that. It happened already. It went up. Okay, let's just let it be. It probably won't happen again. Boom, another pop. Keep going. Boom, another pop. Hit 25. Oh my God, wow. Things are really moving for this company. Actually, I got in right before it popped up to 25. I think my first market buy was somewhere around here, so in the low 20s, and I picked up a couple of good amount of shares, and I was happy because it kept going up. I saw it hit 25, went down a little bit, went back up. I was like, oh my God, this is really happening. I can't believe it. Once we had another dip down, this was when I started messing with options. I bought a call. I bought a call option saying that Fubo was going to go up to $30. Sure enough, we hit $29. I'm like, oh wow, this is amazing. This is really happening. I can't believe it. Boom! It goes down. I'm crying. We're lower than where I started, so I'm beat up. But sure enough, I held on. I didn't let it go to waste because expiry was coming up. I gave myself a pretty short window, but which is a bad idea in hindsight. However, we exploded. We went way up. We ended up getting to right around here, just under $50. I think at $45 was where I said to myself, oh my God, my $30 call, we're at $45 right now. This is insane. I had a really, really stupid moment. I did something that made no sense whatsoever, and I don't do this. I didn't see the value in being deep in the money, but I saw that expiry was coming up. My expiry date was coming up. I was so deep in the money. I was like, oh wow, this is great. I'm so I blew past my target. Expiry's coming up, but I want to get in on this longer. I want to be in for more time. I want to keep riding this up. So I'm going to buy another call option that has a longer expiry date. But a $30 call that deep in the money, that far out, was expensive now. Very expensive. So all the profit that I made, which was more than $1,000, the profit that I made off that, I don't even remember how much money I made off of that. I can try to find out, but we live. I made a good profit off of that. Really happy with that. And I ended up taking that money, buying a $50 call for that expired the 19th of this month, right? So I had plenty of time. But $50, sure enough, we went past 50. We went all the way up to 62. And I was super happy, and I'm over here saying, money man, we know what we're doing. Boom, 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 straight down. Oh my God. I was at 50% of my strike price now. Like, what? This isn't supposed to be happening. I had a whole bunch of shares that I had purchased, and I had to sell all of them. That's why my average cost is so high. I sold all my shares, and I tried to. I had to stop the bleeding that was going on in my portfolio. This is not the first time I had to stop bleeding, and it had to do because of an option. QuantumScape was something that did this to me. Not going to go into that one. But with Fubo, I liquefied all of my stock before it hit. I think I liquefied probably right around at 38. I took all that cash and I put it in other places that were growing so it would try to negate the losses. And it did help, but I was now sitting on one contract that I had spent like $900 on. It went all the way up to like $1,500 and then just dropped down to like $200, $100. And I was kicking myself. This was all the $900 that I had spent was a good chunk of my profit that I had made off of my last contract. So essentially I saw it as me winning and then just squandering all of it. So what did I do? I said, okay, I bought the contract so that it expires many months from now. I'm just going to stop looking at it. Of course I looked at it, but I'm going to stop worrying about it and I'm going to let it be. and I'm going to wait until expiry, or I'm going to wait until as close to expiry as I can to try to squeeze as much value out of this, because I do believe in Fubo. And I saw a lot of positive sentiment out there about Fubo. I didn't know too much about the actual workings of Fubo, but I was still very positive on it. So I said, I know it's going to go back to 50. It went to 60. We can get back up to 50. Just wait. Sure enough, we had a very bumpy ride up there. Look at these jagged edges. But sure enough, we touched $50, and I sold yesterday. I sold the contract for $1,100. Turned $900 into $1,100. I was not going to get greedy. I was not going to wait until we got closer to expiry, because then I was just going to start losing time decay. That was not good. So once I got my money, I just pulled out immediately, and I had that money to go with. That money was what slowly got added into GameStop. GameStop, obviously I had before, but I told myself I was going to limit myself to around $1,100. I'm not going to go any higher, because that was all profit. I'm not messing with my principal investment cash, you know what I mean? This isn't my paycheck money right here. This is all just profit that I had made over too many months, but you know, I was okay losing it, because I had never even touched it in my life. These are all just numbers on a screen, and I told myself that I was going to have to start thinking about my money as a video game, and looking at this as just numbers on a screen, just points. And I love video games, and I do really good at video games. When I think about this as just something that is disconnected from my day-to-day life, I might have now $23,000. We've been having a good day. Yeah, we're up. Ooh, nice. Let's see. Last price, we're up 20 and 17%. So yeah, I might have $23,000 here, but in my day-to-day life, I do not have $23,000. I just have enough to get by. I have enough to live a comfortable life, to live how I want to, and still have fun, but not be reckless. I do get a little overzealous when it comes to spending on food, but you know, to each their own. And when it comes to Robinhood, I've had a very, very good week, or very, very good year, thankfully. So that $1,100, I was very, very confident to be able to take it and put it into shares, not options. Shares don't have an expiry date. These shares won't expire. If I had bought an option, I would be a lot more concerned right now. I'm sorry, I'm tired. We've been talking for quite some time too. I don't know how long we've been live. Does it tell me here? Yeah, 38 minutes. We're doing good. Let's go back. I bought 7 shares. These shares won't expire. That means that I have plenty of time to sit out and just wait for the next 6 months and hope that GameStop at some point stays above 162, or we find out what the SEC is going to be doing, or GameStop goes bankrupt. But honestly, if I lose this $1,100, it's $1,100 I never touched. So I'm, in the end, content. I will sleep at night, and I know I'm fortunate to be able to say that, but the reason I'm okay with leaving this, the reason I'm okay leaving this here is because I know that this is me putting a small bet onto the internet, saying that the internet is going to finally win, and that we're going to get some kind of change here. Because after seeing what happened when the internet really stood up all throughout 2020, when all of a sudden the internet was the strongest voice, I had a lot of confidence that we are going to be able to... I keep yawning. God damn it, man. This is why I can't go live. I have a lot of faith that the internet is going to not stay silent on this one, because people are really, really thinking about their money now. There's a lot more people who have their money digitized, whether it be Bitcoin or Robinhood or these other e-traders, which we'll get to. I think people are finally going to say, hey, if I'm going to be putting my money there or if I'm going to leave my money there, I want to know that it's going to be safe and that there's not going to be anybody messing with me. So nobody's going to let this sit by and just happen. Or we shouldn't, at least. And I'm banking on it happening. I'm banking on people not letting this just get washed under the rug. But I don't know. I don't know. With the current administration, all I'm gonna say is I don't have a lot of faith in their connection with the small people. Um, Come on, what is Joe Biden's internet presence? Think about that. I'm not gonna say what I think it is, but what is the Joe Biden administration's presence online? Is it one that is resoundingly positive, or is it extremely negative, or is it somewhere in the middle? Think about that. Do you think that Joe Biden has the internet's best interest in mind? Do you think he even knows how to go on Reddit? Do you think he knows what a Reddit is? No, I don't think so. So I think when he personally is going to hear about this, it's going to mean absolutely nothing to him. And if it does mean anything to him, he's not going to be thinking about our money. He's going to be thinking about the billions and billions of dollars that the hedge funds are going to have. I know I said I wasn't going to give my opinion, but sure, there you go. That's my opinion. There's a lot of people out there who do understand the internet, and Elon Musk is one of them. Chamath is one of them. Ryan Cohen, all the different people that Wall Street Bets has been praising lately, they deserve their praise because right now they are on the right side of history. The right side of history is the one that is going to be democratizing the financial industry, making it something that everybody will be a part of. To keep this extremely meta, because I mean we already are going really far beyond. What if, you know how people are talking about underbanked countries where they don't have enough money, or countries where they don't have access to money? Like in Africa, everybody's using digital wallets now. It's technology coming in and revolutionizing their finance. In China, there's obviously tons and tons and tons of technology technology-based finance. In America, there's not a lot of that. There's still a lot of people using very archaic methods of money, cash, coins, cards, and a card is still considered technology, you know. So it's like our baseline of what money is just paper. That's our baseline. When you increase the baseline to a credit card being what money is, which is essentially where my generation is, right? You have a credit card, you have access to buy everything online. I remember it very vividly being, once I got a credit card, I felt like I was ready to start. Like I was ready to actually start having money, because now I could purchase all the things that I wanted, which were all online. Everything was online for me. So as far as me and my generation were concerned, a credit card was the baseline. So now we have this one step up, and that's banking on our phones. The whole Apple Pay, Google Pay, things like that, the Apple credit card, the Robinhood credit card, the Robinhood app, all these different apps, Now all of a sudden we have this new level to move up to. We can go from baseline credit card all the way up to the next stage, which is digital banking. And now we have Bitcoin coming in, which is just a whole new. We don't know if it's another ladder entirely. We don't know if it's the next step, but we see that there's something new coming in. So we're seeing that things are changing.
Something went wrong. Try again in a few seconds.
Sorry, that's. I hope you can tell that spooked me. That really spooked me hearing a voice. Fucking Google. Yeah, we're moving up in the world, guys. And this is it happening right in front of us because the old people, the boomers, the people who are currently running the finance industry, they are not up to date. They are not where you and I are. If you're watching this video right now, you are one step ahead of these boomers because you can at least find this kind of content. So good on you. And this whole entire debacle, GameStop, AMC, BlackBerry, all of them, this is the internet standing up against finance. It's happening. The internet stood up against a lot of things, and you decide, did the internet win? I don't know. I don't know about everything, but maybe we'll win one. Maybe we'll win one thing. Maybe we'll get a clear victory in something. I'm hoping that it's this. That's about it. That's how I can stay positive. That's how I can hold diamond hands because my shares will not expire. The only thing that can really expire right now is the company. If GameStop goes completely under, farewell, F in the chat. But if they boom up, if we hit 500 again, I might consider like, okay, all right, we did it, boys. But I'm still gonna obviously be a part of the mix. I'm still gonna get the feel of the room, see how everybody else is feeling. Because if this is something that the SEC does get into, a lot more can happen. If it's something that the SEC completely ignores, we can get wiped out. But I'm ready to sit back and just let it happen. Keep up to date. Keep watching the news. Keep shifting from Wall Street bets and the mainstream media. If you are only consuming the mainstream media, you're severely disadvantaged. Honestly, if you are consuming any mainstream media, I don't know how you do it. I personally cannot stand watching mainstream media news. It's just awful. It's terrible. My mom and my aunt, they watch it religiously, and I have to completely cut it out of my diet when I'm not with them. Otherwise, I can't even tolerate it for a second when I'm with them and they want to watch it. It's just too much for me because it's just resoundingly negative all the time. I don't need that in my life. I like looking at this. I like looking at all this. This is cool stuff. Even though they might toss in some mainstream stuff. That's one thing that I wanna also address. The Wall Street Bets forum has recently been using the phrase fake news quite a lot, and it's hilarious how the mainstream media is taking the usage of that word and twisting it to try to make Wall Street Bets seem like it's right wing because it was a term coined by the Trump administration. Come on, man. We can call something fake when it's fake. When they're saying that we are that the GameStop retail mania unwinds, that's very light fakeness. Previously, there were a lot of articles coming out saying that GameStop traders were all focused on silver. That's some heavy, hardcore fake news right there. They were saying that the Wall Street Bets is now shifting its focus towards silver. Fact. I mean, false. False. It is totally false. There was nobody on the Wall Street Bets forums pushing towards going to silver. Nobody is doing that. That is stupid. We do not have the power to do that. Silver is a huge industry that we are not going into. But all that aside, things are looking good right now on Robinhood, which I'm happy of because today we have been given a blessing from the skies. Weeble! Apes together strong. We are bulling onto Weeble. Oh shoot. GameStop got suspended. You saw that, guys? It said suspension. I think they halted trading for GameStop. GME. Yeah, they might have halted GameStop. Can we drop a F in the chat real quick for all the guys who were making YOLO calls on margin? There's a lot of people getting margin calls. That's definitely why people are being forced to pull out of GameStop right now. Yeah, I saw one guy saying that if we dropped by 50%, he was going to get margin called, and we just went under 50%. So, F in the chat for that guy. I don't remember his name. I have 2 GameStops open. But yeah, Weeble. Somehow I got in. Mike, why do you always use Robinhood? If you're really about that trading life, why do you use Robinhood? That's for retards. That's for children. Why are you on there? They call us dumb money on Robinhood, or at least in most cases. If you're not a big industry hedge fund, you're dumb money because we don't know what we're doing. Robinhood gets a lot of the hate for that exact reason. They get a lot of hate for just being too simple. What? Oh, I'm yawning. Sorry, I need water. Robinhood is too simple, therefore it's bad. That doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't really play out for me. If we can, there are some options for like this shit. If this is what helps you, get throughout the day. But I'm not a day trader. I'm not somebody who's trading in high frequency. So I'm just here, I toss in $100 and watch it move. That's about it. I'm not here, ooh, Tesla, ooh, okay. Yeah, Tesla, that's why we're up today. Tesla's finally coming back up. Tesla, we got over 10,000 in Tesla now. Look at that, 111% gain. Very, very sexy. Anyway. People who are saying Robinhood is too simple, that's a stupid reason. That's not enough for me to jump ship. But what is enough for me to jump ship is what Robinhood has done recently with this whole GameStop thing, stopping us from being able to trade. It is not cool. I'm not happy about that. What it has ultimately led me to do is to start looking at other platforms. I had highly been considering between Webull and M1 Finance. I have been going back and forth. I don't really know what I want to do. Look at how overwhelming this is. This is crazy. Webull is the opposite of Robinhood in many different ways. Robinhood is meant to be oversimplified. This one is meant to be just cut and dry. You want the information? Here's the information. Black, white, green, red, and then their signature color blue. That's it. That's all you get. and you'll get some graphs, you'll get some really good measurements, or whatever you want to call these things that you can mess with to get more accurate charts. If you want to look at your actual, look at this. This is insane. This is beautiful. You can change your intervals. You can go up to 15-minute intervals, and you can see your candlestick charts, and you get the moving average and all of this. And it's just so good. It looks very good, very professional. You can, you know, it's very attractive. It's something that I feel like I've earned my way into by starting with Robinhood, getting good, having a beautiful, beautiful year, and being able to just say, I'm stepping away from the simplicity of Robinhood and getting into something a little bit more serious so I can hopefully take all of my momentum from last year and continue on getting even stronger. So, why am I saying this? Well, pretty much the question is, do I leave Robinhood? And I don't know. I don't know if I want to take all of my money, everything, and transfer it over to Webull. That's an option. I could liquidate most of my positions. I'd probably leave Apple, Tesla, and maybe ARKK, just because, I got some good prices for them. I don't want to lose that cost per share, whatever. I don't know. I don't know enough about what goes into transferring your portfolio over. I don't know if it's a one-to-one swap, copy and paste. That's why, if please leave a comment saying if you've done that. I had been commenting over on Wall Street Bets, asking other people what they think, and they said that I should ask a tax professional. It is tax season. I do have my W-2, or is it W-4? W-2, I think, for my tax information. I gotta file for taxes this year. I haven't even touched that yet. I didn't even think about that until just now. Taxes are gonna be serious for me this year, because this is my first year filing with a portfolio. I've done my taxes for years now. I've done my taxes 5 years now. This is my first year filing as a completely independent, because I live on my own now. This is my first time filing with a Robinhood portfolio, but the main thing is that I have not pulled money out of Robinhood once. I have not pulled a single dime out of Robinhood. All the money that has gone in has stayed in. If we go to the all-time, I've invested $10,145 exactly into Robinhood, and that was over this time period from November 15th until now. Why do I keep yawning? We're gonna end this soon, guys, because I'm getting tired. But I mean, yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is, because I did put $150 into Webull, so I can start purchasing new things here, and just for the shits and giggles, we're gonna try to place an order for Tesla. And I don't know how. This will be fun. Please unlock to view orders. Does it show what I type? No. Good. Okay, here we are. We are unlocked. We are about to make 100. No, this is for options, isn't it? Yeah, I'm not trying to do options. Buy 100 Tesla at market. What am I doing? I just want to I just want to buy $100 worth of Tesla. Can I not do that? Do I need to unlock fractional shares? Look at this, guys. This is so much. Oh. Order confirmation. Oh man, I can't figure this out. What is this? Is that my offer? What I want to buy it at? Order confirmation. Yeah, I think this is what I need to do. Oh Jesus. Follow market price. Update that. Yeah, no, that's not what I need to do. Damn. I should have prepared for this a little bit more. Look, they put little news things here. Tesla recall. Fake news. I don't know what I'm doing. I just want to buy $100 worth. This is why Robinhood is better. I can't figure it out. I'm tired. I've been up since 6:30 today, just doing what I need to do. So you guys aren't gonna get my very first Weeble purchase today, but you know, hey, here we go. Let's go back to the live stream. I'm gonna say thank you guys for watching our very first live stream. It hopefully will still be up on YouTube, and I hope you guys enjoy this. I'm probably going to do this more often because this is very, very efficient, and you guys get more real vision into what goes on in me recording these videos. So I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Mike from Zoomer Economics, signing off.